Hey Clashers, Clan League is around the corner and everyone needs the same thing. That's right, it's bases. I will share bases for town level 9 all the way up to town level 16, and because we had no bases last month, this month we're going to have 2 bases for town 9, 10, 11, every single town level, which means double the amount of links. We're going to take a look at one set, which means like one town 9 base, one town 10, and so on. And the other set of bases is down below in the description. But let's get ready, and I will always tell you as well what the best clan castle troops are for every single base. Let's get started. And as always, a huge thank you goes to RH Base Building because they're sponsoring those bases. And a quick reminder yet again, if you want to get your own custom-made base, which means like you're saying, hey, those bases are on YouTube, everyone can copy them, I want to have my own bases, you're free to visit their website or their Discord server and you can buy your own bases. And with code iTzu, you can actually save 10% as a discount. But let's get ready with the first base, which is town level 9. And then, as I said, we go all the way to town level 16. And there's always a second base, which I won't show in the video, but that will be in the description as well, linked, and let's get started. The first base is the town 9 base, and all of the bases are going to have a core town hall, because in my opinion, especially on like the middle trophy ranges, and trophy I mean like Clan War League ranks, like Crystal, Master for example, all of those ranges are really benefiting from having 1-star defenses, and with core town levels that's happening actually quite often. The base here is built by Valley, and the clan castle which he recommends is just one Lava Hound. For town level 10, we have the next base, and that is built by VRB. This base, well, has a really interesting core setup because it has quite a few open channel, but as well quite a few of those islands on the far right side with the Inferno Tower and Expo, for example, and the same on the left side. On top of that, always the storages and high hit point buildings, which are surrounding the other damage areas to make sure that dragon type attacks are always getting stalled out. Another important thing is that we have those outside giant and small bombs to make sure that any witch attack, well, can fail quite miserably. Because if those flanking witches are actually stacking up and running into those traps, they won't see another day. The clan castle which is recommended for this one is 1 super minion, 2 headhunters, and then 11 archers to make sure that the defensive clan castle can deal as much damage as possible, because especially on the lower town levels, the damage is not as crazy compared to the higher town levels. Town level 11 is our next base. Again, the storages are located around the top right side to make sure that it's stalling some of those attacking troops. We have the sweepers pointing into the eagle direction, something which we see a lot of times because so many people are always going for the eagle first, which in a lot of strategies makes sense. But this as well, having those sweepers pointing that direction makes things and makes life a little bit more miserable for the attacker. Or at least it's forcing some lightnings. That's then the other option, which means the attacker is going to have less rages and less freezes. The clan castle, which is recommended by VRB, who's the base builder for this base, is actually another time 1 super minion, 2 headhunters, and then fill with those 11 archers. So this clan castle on those middle and higher, like town level 10, 11, and 12 as well, are like a really popular combination because it just is a great combination of dealing damage, but as well as sniping heroes, because the heroes are not as tanky yet, and this means 2 headhunters can deal a lot of damage. With Town Hall 12, we have now the first town level where the town hall is fighting back. And we're having a style which is really popular for town level 12 and 13. And this is the style of having like 2 areas around the town hall. The bottom area, which is in the direction of the eagle artillery, is having no defenses or actually no buildings whatsoever. This is causing, if someone is going in from the eagle side, the troops are going to like go to the flanks and not actually to the town hall. The sweepers are covering the town hall to make sure that any type of blimp, for example, is even more annoying to get to. The other option then is to go in from the top side, where you have the pathing, but you have the back-end eagle artillery, which is not a good thing either. So the clan castle which he recommends on this one is 2 super minion, 2 headhunters, and then fill with archers. Base builder is Marco here. Again, a huge thank you to him and every single base builder who is providing those bases for you guys. But let's move on to town level 13. And as I said already, this style is just super popular for town level 13 and 12, for example, where again we have this area below the town hall where there are no buildings. The troops instead have to walk around to the flank and then have to come back to the town hall, which is sometimes costing you too much time, and the town hall can deal a lot of damage, and that's always a great thing. On top of that, we have the Royal Champ and the Queen on the flanks of the Town Hall, which have the option of luring troops away, especially things like dragons, so they will never really stick to the Town Hall. No, they're going to be attacked by the Queen, attacked by the Royal Champ, and this means they're going away from the Town Hall, which is quite important for you, right? Because this means it's more likely to get that 1-star defense. The Sweeper is pointing as well in that direction, and overall, that setup should be quite annoying to overcome. The base builder Wolves on this one is telling you to actually use 2 super minions, 2 headhunters, and then again fill with archers. For town level 14, we have again a core town hall to make it as annoying as possible to reach there. We have the base builder Ronaldo actually preferring a lava hound, 1 headhunter, and then 9 archers. Because with town level 14, 15, and then 16 as well, we have the town level where the defenses are dealing more and more and more damage, and it's actually quite big of a difference. This base as well is using a triple single Inferno Tower setup because a lot of you have said, hey, we're getting attacked a lot by electro dragons, maybe even like some things like witches, like super witches, for example. Dragons in general, like a lot of things which have high hit points. This is why the single Inferno Tower should be quite nice over there, and a Lalo attack is really unlikely to happen on your defenses. Which means the single Inferno Tower should be a great way of actually covering those those attacking troops. Another thing as well is the air expos, because as I have just mentioned, a lot of you are giving us the feedback that you're getting mostly attacked by air, so that should help. Let's move forward to town level 15, where ESK has built a wonderful looking base with having again a core town hall. We have around the bottom side quite a few storages and as well collectors inside the base, which might look weird in the first place, but they're located over there to make the pathing of root riders as annoying as possible. Because remember, Town Hall 15 and Town Hall 16 is now the time where you're starting to see a lot of root rider defenses versus your bases. So you have to really be careful with the pathing of those troops, and you can manipulate that quite a bit if you're having inside the core couple of areas where there are no defenses, because the root riders cannot get into those compartments, the heroes behind the troops cannot get in there, or Valkyries for example, and that is a big deal. On this one, he is recommending 2 ice golems, 2 rocket loons, and 4 archers. And as I said earlier, this is now the time where we're seeing a lot of ice golems or lava hounds or things like that in the defensive clan castle, because well, they're just stalling for so long, and this means the bases have quite some time to actually deal a lot of damage. Town Hall 16 is built by Daniel, and this base looks really annoying in my opinion, because he has spread out all of those key defenses as much as possible to give as little as possible fireball value. On top of that, the pathing into certain areas of the base for things like Root Rider are annoying as... yeah, well, they're just freaking annoying. Because take a look at the single Inferno Towers, there's not really like great pathing in there. There's always the storages in those corners. For example, if you take a look at the Eagle side, it's merged cannon, then storage, then scatter in the core, which means the root riders are not going to go into the core. He has created rings around this base with just the defensive setup to make sure that the pathing of root riders is as annoying as possible. So overall, in my opinion, really great setup. And the clan cast which he's recommending is again 2 ice golems, but this time around 2 headhunters, and then fill with archers. Overall, I hope those bases are going to help you quite a bit in your Clan War League season. If you want to have another set of bases, they're linked down below in the description as well. A huge thank you goes to RH Base Building again for sponsoring always those videos and making those videos possible, sharing the bases with you guys. And as well, a huge thank you goes to every single base builder out there who's providing those bases for you as well. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I see you guys back tomorrow with the next class video. Until then, see ya and bye bye.